This is Bear 172, and this is this origin story part 2. If you haven't watched the first one, I suggest you go watch it so you can be caught up with this story right here. So, without further ado, get into the story. Now, where we left off last was after Pac-Man had been replaced by me as Supreme Commander. Now, this was back when we were still on PlayStation Home and still going through some issues and whatnot. And when I took over, it was practically a hollow shell of itself. And it went from basically being a few members, like maybe 2, maybe 3 at best, to actually starting to grow. And I wanted to actually grow the community at least back to the normal numbers, having some regular attendance, having regular lineups, and actually getting people more active in the club. And this, per se, was actually a huge challenge that I actually was willing to undertake. And it was something I'd love to say. It's just hard to really explain, per se. And, going through all the hard trials and whatnot that I've been through, it actually taught me a lot, leadership-wise. And it really helped me grow the club to where it is now. And basically, during this period of time, was a long ways from being back to normal. So, at the time, I actually had people that really couldn't grasp my whole leadership roles. And this was actually within the club. There was like that presence of doubt, and it was actually noticeable to me. And throughout most of the beginning stages and throughout the whole time on home, it actually was interesting to have to go through that and actually be able to emerge as a stronger, wiser leader. So, at nearing the end of home, per se, it actually got to a point, the club got to a size, a better way to put it, to where we actually could bolster some of the numbers, but biggest problem was getting people active on there, and that was one of my hardest issues to deal with. Though, granted that home was actually gonna be deleted and all that, and home would be no more, so it actually came to a point to where it was actually hard getting people to get in because things weren't going to be the way they were. And that was a little fact that we had to accept exiting home. So after home left and leaving home and home shutting down, we actually got together, me and some of the leaders from DFL. We actually banded together, and starting off, we actually reminisced about the old times and actually planned on making things better for the PS4. And we actually know that hopefully one day we actually might be able to get into a newer place, and one that's really hopeful for us that we saw was a Nebula Realms, and talk a little bit more about that in the later on in this video. And while we were doing our little chats, we were just keeping each other together, making sure that our heads were all there into the club, and wanted to make sure we moved forward with a better perspective and able to actually grow to what we once were as a club, while actually getting it, while maintaining what we actually believed with the club. Now, come PS4, when everything comes up, me and a few of the leaders, namely, starting off would be me, Viper, and Ken. Starting off, we get together, and I actually come up with having our communities, and having Rebels Legion have its own community, and helping Delta Force Legion with their community. And in that process, we actually get to stick together. We actually get to recruit more people, and we get to grow our club bigger, stronger, and more resilient than ever. Now, what we hope to achieve is a better club for our members, and one that'll actually be fun, and people can actually meet new people, make new friends, and have fun. So I know I look forward to that now. Now, due to there being an incident, no longer is the one Ken, because he was kicked out due to unforeseen occurrences, and he created a community named Ancient Force Legion just to spite our communities. Now, just a fair warning, don't go join theirs just because it looks cool, because later on when Nebula Realms comes out, Ken is just gonna use that club to attack Rebels Legion and Delta Force Legion, so just be wary of that. Now, as other looking towards the future of Rebels Legion, we want to go forward with our heads up, knowing all too well that we can actually make this a better community for everybody, and hopefully everybody can have fun, meet new people, and hope to join. So if anybody who's watching is interested in joining, come see me, Bear172. Peace out.